here I am gathering supplies to get ready to go debark some stuff, kind of digging through. I know this is a mad mess, hence the reason why I need a new shop organization. I come in here and look and see what I see. What are you doing? You know that you have your own chicken coop, right? I made it especially for you. You can go in there and lay eggs. But no, she doesn't want that. You'd rather lay in my forge. Really? I don't know if she came in through the window or probably just came in underneath the door, but anyway, welcome back to the journey, friends. So I'm still gathering up supplies because I actually need to make a temporary forge. As you can see, I have a chicken laying in mine and just a whole bunch of junk anyway. I can't really get to it to light it off, so I'm going to make a temporary forge outside, and let's go find out why. Oh, and I did actually find the cant hook that I got from my uncle, but it does need a new handle. The handle that came with it broke, so I did remember that I have that. So I think I need to go split some timbers, and I actually have a mallet, some of the wooden wedges, some axes, even a froe. Who knows, we might be able to do that today too. So, and it's really windy, you can probably hear outside. So this is just going to be a gathering of materials, getting stuff prepped, and we do need to get some logs up onto the sawhorses that I have that already moved over there. That was part of part one video. If you guys have not seen part one to the shop build process of skidding logs and stuff like that, go check that out. I'll put that up here in the corner. It might be over here on this side. I never can remember, but anyway, yeah, definitely go check that out. Come right back. We'd also gladly ask that you give us that subscribe if you're not subscribed, and hit that thumbs up, you know, for that like. You know, YouTube likes that whole algorithm type stuff, and that just helps with all those things. So we definitely appreciate you. And also leave us a comment down below. We like that too. And I normally do answer every single comment that folks leave down there. Might not be right away, but I do get to them. So this is actually the tool. So I had an old hoe laying around. Actually, I think this actually came from this property. I don't remember, but I want to be able to straighten this out to make more of a flat scraper. And this is what we're going to use for debarking some trees. I know it's windy today, so just bear with me. But anyway, this is the old pot that I'm going to use. I might even go grab some clay to put in here just to help, because it's pretty thin on the bottom. I'm also trying to find charcoal because I don't want to use up the coal in this, because this is actually going to be used as an actual barbecue pit. You know, maybe that's what, because it's Dad's, I'm trying not to destroy it. But I got me an old hose or metal pipe. I'm actually going to attach this to a blow dryer on that end, but I do need to put a small little hole, which I've already told him I'm gonna have to put a hole on the side of this. He said, okay, that's fine. That way we can get us a temporary forge going. All right, so let's do that quick, and then we'll head on over to the shop build site. Just to prove you that yes, it is on the drill setting, but this drill is done. I need a new one. Yeah, that's good enough. Takes forever with this drill. Now, yes, I know charcoal briquettes like this is not ideal. Normally you want to use like the lump wood charcoal. I just don't currently have any of that right now. Like I said, this is not a permanent thing, so I do not want to put my coal. I have bituminous coal. I don't want to put that in here because if Dad wants to use this as a grill later, I don't want to contaminate it. Okay, so basically all that's left with that is now to go ahead and make a handle, put the handle on there. So I'm gonna do that quick. So I'm actually still in process of restoring a draw knife that actually I found here on this property. I'm kind of going through there. I have not been recording, doing anything with that. But once I get that, sharpened, get some handles and stuff put on it, that'll be good to go. And I've also been making my own broad axe. That has been kind of a project over the last couple of years, actually. It's still not 100% finished, and yeah, at some point, I will get it done. I also need to make a handle for that, which is also in the process of getting done. So, yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and I have an electric hand plane that I'm just gonna go ahead and, because I have a square, a 2x2, just piece of whatever that I'm gonna go ahead and make round on one end or both ends or whatever, just to make it comfortable to hold and to be able to fit into the scraper. So let's go ahead and knock that out. We'll get it put in and then we'll go try it out. Okay, so I already got a couple of sawhorses over here. I'm also going to be setting up either a tripod, bipod, or something, basically to help with getting, because I want to put this big oak up on these, and then eventually I'm going to have to make a couple more sawhorses, at least 2 or 3, just be able to get the face frame all put together, right? But right now, let's get this bad boy tested out. Let's see how well it takes off this bark off of these trees. But I do want to get them up and off the ground. Yeah, so anyway, let's test it out. So I put the bevel side down, and I did not sharpen this with any other sharpening device other than the bench grinder. So it's not razor sharp, just sharp enough to get down to that cambium layer, and that's what you want to get off. You want to get off all that bark, and then like this area here, like what you see right there, that's what you still want to get off. That's what the bugs love, and it's also very sticky. Works good on the pine. Let's see how well it works on the oak. And I can see on here too that these logs have sat on the ground for a little bit, so it already has some bug activity where the bark's already been separating. Obviously, pulling it down the road definitely helped with that as well. I mean, obviously a little bit more work, but I think it's going to turn out just fine. But definitely want to get the bark off these here because, whew, yeah, a lot more bug activity on this post oak over the pine. But I'm not going to bore you all to death with getting the bark off of all these trees, even though it is kind of, I mean, ASMR type stuff, but it'd be really hard to do that today with all the wind that we have going on anyway. So, but I'm going to go ahead and do a lot of this off camera, but I do want to bring you all back whenever it's time to start setting up the tripod, and then trying to get this oak log up onto the sawhorses in preparation for layout and getting it done. And so far from the previous video, I think the most comments I've seen of what you guys think we should do, either the 2-bay or the 3-bay, I think 2-bay is starting to win out for the most part on that. And so far, I do believe doing a 2-bay would be more beneficial for what we are looking for in the long run. And I don't know. I'm still gonna see what Dad thinks on it, because, like I said, we do still need to get this closed off temporarily, right? To be able to utilize it as shops, and then we can open it back up later for storage of lumber and stuff like that. Just on the front side, we'll keep it closed off on the sides and on the back. So, but yeah, progress. Well, so far it's actually doing really well. And even though I know everyone says, show the whole process, show the whole process. Trust me, this is actually pretty boring to watch if I was to watch it. But let me know what you think down below. I am going to show a part of that, and you can probably even see down here that I'm actually using my gluts. That's what the wooden wedge is called, a glut, to hold this in place. That way it doesn't want to roll on me, because this one actually has a little bit of a curve to it. So I kind of needed something to be able to hold it on both sides. But yeah, so, still at it. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to put this tripod together. Ooh, the oak. I didn't look at grain orientation whenever I put this in. Dang it. I need to go redo it. Okay, I got the new handle onto that. This is actually pear. Believe I'm not 100% certain what type. Prickle pear, I don't know, something. But anyway, I actually got it from making it home. I went and grabbed a whole bunch of wood from them whenever they felled a tree a while back. And I always said I was going to use it as tooling or handle material. Well, boom, there we go. Tooling, handle material. I'm actually going to be attaching these together with a bolt. So this is actually one of the temporary, it is the bolt that came with the trike that we got. So this is what was on the front forks. So basically it's a bicycle, axle, I guess, is what it would be. They're just threaded on both sides. You can use all thread. It doesn't really matter. Well, You're not supposed to come off there like that. Well, actually, instead of my wood mallet, I have a soft-faced hammer, a mild steel. I actually made this for my mom for her food truck to help with the hitch and stuff. I also brought my other brace, but since I have my mom's food truck here, I also have her hammer, so I'm gonna use it. I gotta go get my third post, drill a hole in it, and put that on here as well. I brought that other bit or the other brace out here to use it, but right now I can't get this one to loosen off the drill bit, and it's the drill bit I needed. So I'll have to take this back. I want to say that this is slipping or doing something up in here. Hopefully you guys can even see this. Yeah, you can kind of see. Here, let me lift you up a little bit. There you go. Looks like my camera drooped down a little bit, but yeah, because this has a Phillips up here that I can put a screwdriver on there to get this, but this part in here, because you should be able to turn this, and it's because it's ratcheting, right? And you should be able to turn this black knob and then be able to turn it this way, but it's not catching. So I think the gears are probably worn out on going in that direction. I'd have to take this apart to look and see. Secondhand tools, well, at least secondhand to me, no telling how many hands it was in before mine. That's all right. Still getting it done. Okay, so it appears that I actually drilled that a little on the steep side. So I'll go ahead and I'm gonna put it right here next to my bolt and drill another pilot hole. It's the same direction as my bolt is going. And it should line up. Get it stood up. wish I had a chain fall, but I'll have us come along. Let me go grab the come along. Okay, just for the sake of testing, I just went ahead and grabbed the ratchet strap hook to kind of throw that in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and, so the biggest thing, right, is I moved the log as close as I could to basically where I want to work it. And then now I move the tripod over the top of it. I probably still need to move the tripod a little bit more because you want it to be almost directly over the top of the log. Otherwise, it's not going to work, right? All it's going to do is just lift up a leg if it's off to the side. So you want it to be directly above where you're working, and then lift it straight up, put the sawhorse underneath it, and then lower it back down. So let's see if we can't get any type of movement on this to see if it's going to work, and then I'll probably come back tomorrow to actually do it. Which actually, I think I'm going to connect another chain. So instead of using the ring, I'm just going to put another chain up there. The Tina's home. That's the bus in the background. And her sister yelling, as always. All right, let's see if we can't get some movement with this. I just gotta get my sawhorses ready for tomorrow. And then we'll see you tomorrow. All right, now move tripod to the other side. And boom, just like that, we have a log up on the sawhorses, ready to where I can flip it, do whatever I need to, and get it into orientation that I would like it to be. Get it debarked, get it marked up, get it cut to the length that I need it to be. And yeah, so that's all stuff to be coming here in a little bit. Kiddo actually just called me in for breakfast, so I'm gonna go do that, and then we'll be right back. All right, back from breakfast. So first up with this, I'm not too worried about the orientation of how the log sits, because I do need to de-skin it or take all the bark off. But as you can see, it does curve like this, and I want that curve to be down. So after I get done debarking it and doing all that stuff, then I'll worry about getting it into orientation that I want it to sit before I start marking it and doing any work to the log. So let me get the debarking spud right here and get to work. Yeah, actually being up in the elevated position like that, that tool is not ideal. So let me go grab something else. All right, so I actually went and got, so this is a draw knife that I've been basically refurbishing, the one that I found. So yeah, it was in really rough shape. It's still in fairly rough shape. It's still not even, you know, sharp enough, like it's not sharp enough to shave yet, but it's sharp enough to debark, even though it's still going to take a very long time. So but it's, to me, this is a little more comfortable than trying to work with that debarking spud that I made. So anyway, I'm just gonna get it done, and yeah, this probably gonna take me a few hours, but it has to happen. I actually took a quick trip up to the town to go actually grab some boxes. We actually had one of our awesome subscribers, Miss Lori Stoneburner, said a gift for you. So she'd actually left us a comment saying that they could not deliver this stuff, but it was at our PO box. And they basically, what they do, they just leave like a little slip inside your PO box, and then you have to go pick it up before it says that it's delivered. But check it out, y'all. Got a new reciprocating saw. That's awesome. That's definitely going to come in handy. And then we also have in here, this is 2 more batteries, because we've been having an issue with our batteries. So the 18-volt batteries for the Sawzall, so that'll definitely come in handy. And then in here, which I probably should have opened this up before I actually went to the store, because I went to the post office first. So this is their Dunhills. It's a 2-pack of the 20-inch bars, along with I believe there is chain in here as well for the steel for the chainsaw. And I actually just picked up a 20-inch organ to do the same thing, but that's okay. I'm not going to return this, because trust me, the way we're cutting trees and doing stuff down here, it will definitely come in handy having the extras. And then also picked up just a few more items in here to kind of help with what I'm doing. So plumb bob, and then I have a chisel in here just to be able to help out. But yeah, awesome. Thank you very much, Lori, for the gifts. It's we never ask for any of those things. Yes, we do always have that link down in our description, and it's always greatly appreciated for any of those folks that ever want to help out. We just always ask that you please give us that thumbs up, share us out, help us grow. That is the biggest gift that you can give. And then obviously, if you want to do a little bit more, like Miss Lori, we always have that link down in the description, along with becoming a member. If you'd like to do that, hit that join button down, see what we have to offer. Most of our videos are always posted early enough to where they go to a members only video. You always get the early scoop. You get those little icons that you can always use as well. And then, yeah. But anyway, let's get back over to the build site after I put my steel back together because I need to use it. Okay, so I'm gonna get that fired up here in a second. I do need to measure this out. So obviously I was going through just trying to debark this best I can, but I do want to cut off, you know, some of like these knots like this. I probably do that with maybe the Husqvarna, which I don't know. Dad was using it yesterday and it kind of broke the brake. So there's a little tab, right? So the piece that's in here, and that's what controls your brake, right? So as you can see, it doesn't want to move because yeah, there's a piece in here that is bent, and because of that, now it doesn't want to lock or unlock or anything. Dad was gonna start taking stuff apart, and I was like, nope, just leave it alone, and I will deal with it later. So definitely thankful, and that's why I went to go buy the bar. But I'm gonna go ahead and knock out, and I'm gonna use the organ, the one I went and bought, and then I'll save those Dunhills for later. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and knock off some of these things, and then this needs to be cut down, and I'm gonna cut off the big side, obviously not the small side, even though I don't know. I'll double check, because on that end there is like a little bit of a bloop bloop dip thing. I think it'll still be fine the way I'm gonna orientate this trunk, that even though that has like a little bit of a bend on that side, it'll be fine. I do want to cut this to length though, and kind of get this end squared up. So you can see it has from where it was felled, so it does have the angle on here and the straight cut. And then, like I said, continue to go through, just knock off any of the knots like this. Just try to get those as flush as possible down here, because trying to go through to remove the bark. And the biggest reason why I'm removing the bark, so if you come over here, so in our area, it's known for beetles, right? So as you see, this has like the holes in it. It has all the little lines and all that. Well, that they're only in the area or in the tree underneath the bark. So obviously they haven't gotten to this one nowhere near as bad as they got to this one. This one was cut down much sooner than this one. But now I'm sure that there's going to be areas where the bark will come off super easy because of that. But for the areas where they haven't been in there yet, that's the reason why this bark is harder to get off. Plus, the tree has been down long enough that it's no longer wet underneath, so it doesn't want to peel off very easily. I'll get it done, but that's the biggest reason why I'm debarking everything. Is it does help with the keeping the bugs and stuff out. It's a pain trying to get it off. Plus, you're probably going to hear the family, they're working over there. Gladys is trying to burn today, even though it's a little on the windy side. And then Dad's been clearing out a lot more stuff over there. But right now, Mom and Gladys are over there helping him out while I'm over here doing this. I'm gonna go get the measuring tape so I can get this thing marked out of where I want to cut it. Oh, I love having my steel back. Ooh, love that saw. And so previously, with this, I've been using it to where it is bevel side down, right, with all the pine logs, and it's been working great. Now trying to do that with the oak, I mean, it's okay, it's just very slow. But it doesn't want to cut in. So if I flip it around, even though this is curved, I get this bar to ride up against the wood and then have the bevel up. Oop. It actually does a pretty good job, unless I throw it to the ground. Obviously, there's still going to be little knots and stuff that I hit uh, that's where it becomes an issue, like that. Regardless, it's still going to just take a long time. So, but I'll get it done. All right, we got the generator. I'm gonna get that fired up, and then let's get to cleaning this log. Trust me, I'm not opposed to using hand tools. I really love using hand tools, but whenever, I mean, my body sometimes does not. So whenever I'm going on 2 or 3 days of doing the same thing over and over again, and yeah, it's just, like I said, I'm gonna continue to use that tool for the pine logs, but for this log, yeah, I just want to get it done. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the electric means of tools. So yeah, Dad keeps smoking me out. But they're getting a lot of stuff cleared over there. So yeah, that hand planer, it does good. Like once you get this portion of the bark off, and it's just down to this, which is the cambium layer, which I would like to get off, but I mean it's so dry. Like this log is dry. Like this is one that probably should just go on a mill, but yeah, I'm just going back to the good old scraper. I mean, this is going to take me a few days, so I think for this portion of the video, I'm just going to go ahead and end it here, part 2. So this was basically, you know, getting tools made, getting the tripod set up, getting the logs and everything prepped. So once I'm done prepping the logs and all that stuff like that, then I'll get into doing the layout. So yeah, prep work is taking a little bit longer than expected. All the pine logs are going real quick, but this oak log is the one that is the kicker. Kicking my butt is what it's doing. So we definitely appreciate y'all for following in on the journey, helping us grow, sharing us out, giving us that subscribe. If you've made it this far, you might as well. Why not? It doesn't cost you nothing, and we definitely appreciate you. You know, hitting that like button. If you'd like to become a member, hit that join button. Definitely go over there and check it out. See everything that we have to offer. It's greatly appreciated. Check out all the links that we have down in the description. Definitely head over to our side channel and see what we got going on over there. It's greatly appreciated. And yeah, I guess that's it. That's all I got for you for this go round. So stand by for a lot more parts to this build, most definitely. So, but if you like to stick around a little bit longer, you got a video over on this side, and then you got the entire year's playlist over here. You can check us out. Icons at the top make it easy to subscribe both here and to the side channel. And then last but not least, definitely get out there, thank a veteran every chance you get, not only on Veterans Day, and we'll see you on the next one. Whew, I'm tired. Later, y'all.